Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Of course, you're watching Queen Varieties channel. Variety is the spice of life, isn't it? Yes, in today's episode, I'll be introducing a delicious delicacy, vegan, vegetarian, local, native Nigerian Egusi soup recipe, which has been transformed to another degree. Having been a vegan over the years for at least 15 years before I stopped, today I am introducing a family secret. Trust me, you're going to love this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends and loved ones. Also, stay tuned for more videos.
The very first step, we're going to begin by marinating the tofu. I have also diced them into my desired sizes. So the species of tofu you're using is a very hard one. You don't want to use the soft tofu because it's not going to work for this recipe. Alright, I am using here 1500 grams of tofu. We're going to spice it. Here I've got exactly 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, my salt and seasoning cubes. Please make sure that the seasoning cubes you're using is vegan. Spices here, the spices you use is definitely up to you. I have here exactly half teaspoon of all the items I'm going to mention: pepper flakes, garlic powder, turmeric, coriander and paprika. I'm going to use my hands and mix it. If you're not comfortable using your hands to mix it, just use your spoon to do that. But be very careful because you don't want this to disintegrate. Go ahead and fry it or bake it. But for this recipe, I'm going ahead to bake. So to bake it, you have to transfer it to the oven at 150 degrees Celsius and allow this to bake for at least somewhere between 20 to 25 minutes or 30 minutes until it turns brown in color. Now if you prefer to fry it, just apply oil in your pot and then go ahead and fry this immediately or allow it to marinate. I'll set this aside for exactly 30 minutes before I make use of it. Alright, what I have inside this bowl is 3 cups of egusi. If you're someone that loves to eat egusi, then trust me, you're going to enjoy what we're about to create now. In case you don't want to try this particular step, all you have to do is to skip it. Don't do it at all. Salt and seasoning cube. Please make sure you're using vegan seasoning cubes. I've got here Cameroonian pepper and the dry pepper. Alright, so you have to make sure you flavor the egusi very well so that it's going to be tasty. Okay, so for our binder, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of osu. That is osu. Now, for those of you who don't know what osu is, this is what it looks like. This is what is going to bind this process together. Already on my heat, I have placed water to begin to boil. I'll use my hands and begin to mix everything together. So back in Nigeria, what we normally do is to use a mortar to pound this. You have to use a mortar pestle to pound. I'm going to begin to drop in hot boiled water. Okay, hot boiled water is best. Don't use cold water. Your hands, press it and keep pressing it. We want to form a thick dough like you're making a pastry. And that water, you see how I'm dropping it, not too much. The appearance is beginning to change. That's exactly what we are looking for. Doing this for about 3 to 5 minutes now. You can notice that the egusi has formed them into balls. If you look into the bowl, you will also notice that the egusi has released its oil. That is why we say egusi is fatty in nature. Yeah, so you have to be mindful of the quantity of oil you use in cooking each time you're making egusi soup. So I'll use my hands and extract as much oil as possible. So this is what you want to achieve, a firm dough like this. This is what the work of the osu does to the egusi. It binds it well. And then we'll begin to mold it. Alright, I will set this aside. Point in time, we'll begin to mold this into balls. You have to make it into any size that you want. I have to make mine into balls and then press my hand into it. So you mold, you press your hand into it. This is the way I love mine. But if you don't want it like this, you can also roll it. After rolling it, then you flatten it. Okay? Yeah, you can make them this way. If you're a vegan, trust me, you're going to enjoy this meal. At this point in time, I'm done molding all the egusi. Everything is now completely ready and done. We are going over to the next step and procedure. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have a boiling pot of water on the heat. You must make sure that the water you're going to use for this recipe must be boiled. The water, I'll just flavor it a little bit by adding salt to taste. Pour in the egusi that we just prepared. Allow it to boil here for at least 15 to 20 minutes or thereabouts. The next ingredients you're going to need the following. I have here some bell peppers, exactly 1 large bell pepper. At the same time, you will notice 5 fresh tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, 1 green chili, and also onions. You can also include more vegetables or ingredients if you wish. Alright, I will transfer everything to my food processor. I'll transfer this to the blending area and have everything crushed down in a coarse form. I've placed some oil into the pot. Please feel free to use any oil of your choice. You can go for palm oil or any vegetable oil of your choice. Into this, I'm going to add locust beans just to flavor it a little bit. Okay, so after like 1 minute, I'm bringing in the blended items. Beautiful the sauce is looking. Cover this and allow this to cook down for exactly 10 to 15 minutes. Fabulous friends, you're all welcome back. This is exactly 10 to 15 minutes later. So I'll open up the pot. Oh my goodness guys, the aroma is zooming here. You notice the oil has now come there. I'm going to give it a gentle good stir. It smells so good. That locust beans is a must add. Okay, so I am comfortable with the appearance that you're seeing right now. We are going to proceed. I have here 1 teaspoon of pepper soup spice. Ingredients you don't like for this recipe, please feel free to skip it, okay? At the same time, I have gone ahead to mince about 1.5 tablespoons of ozoza seed. To include some garlic powder, salt, and seasoning cubes. It smells incredibly awesome. Just take a good look at what the sauce looks like. For this recipe, I'm using almost 2.5 to 3 cups of egusi. All I'll be doing here is to toast the egusi for exactly 10 minutes, okay? The last ingredients for this recipe. I've got here 2 types of mushrooms. At the same time, you will notice oil being here. This is highly proteinous. Here is what we call achara. For the Igbos, the eastern part of Igbo people, you will know what this ingredient. My mother-in-law sent this to me. It has been in my freezer for some time. That is why it's looking blocked. Please go for the very fresh and better one. This thing here is very good, highly nutritious. At the same time, high fiber content. Tofu is out. Okay, so this is what the outcome of the tofu looks like. It's so good. All right, once again, you're all welcome back. This is 10 good minutes later. All right, the egusi has taken in the flavor from the pot. The sauce is now completely fried. Oil bean, achara, mushroom, they will all be coming in at the same time. They have equal cooking time. I will introduce hot boiled water. You don't want to add too much, just add according to how you want the consistency of your soup to come out. I want the soup to be thick at the same time, not too thick. Yeah, so that is perfect. That looks beautiful in appearance. Our vegan soup is coming together. Tastes so nice. Add the pot now and give it just 5 minutes. 5 minutes time, I will now introduce the rest of the items. Okay guys, 5 minutes later. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You see how the pot is boiling with anger? Our egusi sauce is ready. The soup is ready. Egusi that we molded earlier on. Once the egusi is ready, you just sieve it. So that is very, very important. Make sure you sieve the water that you use in cooking it. Okay, so once you look into the egusi, you notice that it is now completely white. There is no raw color that is showing, just like how we start boiling it. Yes, that's an indication that it is ready. I'll bring in the tofu. I will put my vegetables. My choice of vegetable is okazi. You can use spinach, ugu, or any vegetable of your choice, even kale. You can also use bitter leaf. Simmer it because every ingredient here is cooked. Simmer it completely down. And guys, look at our egusi soup. I've got joy in my heart. I've got joy in my heart. Hey, my husband is going to eat today. You see, our men, they love food. And my husband, he loves food. African food, well cooked food, and this is not an exception. Trust me, this soup, after eating it, your guests are going to ask you, where did you get the recipe? This is what we were eating when we were vegans in Nigeria. I was a vegan for exactly 15 years or thereabouts. Our local vegan soup. This is good for your parties, events, for occasions, for your family, for guests, for whosoever you want to serve it with. Trust me, they are going to have a fabulous experience. This soup is incredibly delicious. Seeing those tofu singing hallelujah chorus. Try it and come back and give me your testimonies. Look at that. You see that, my people? Jesus is Lord. Before I draw the curtain for the recipe, I'm going to throw in my garnish. For my garnish today, I'll use some onions for crunch and fresh tomatoes to introduce a different level of nutrition to the soup. At the same time, brighten the appearance of the soup. Alright, my fabulous friends, so here we are going to draw the curtain for today's recipe. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to like, share this video with your friends, subscribe. At the same time, turn on your bell notifications for instant alerts each time I upload any video. Guys, if you would like to have more vegan uploads from me, all you have to do is stay tuned by turning on your bell notifications, okay? Because you never can tell whenever I'm going to upload one. Alright, so you're going to enjoy your meal. Serve it with any fufu of your choice. Here I am enjoying mine with semolina. If you make this dish and it is not delicious, know that I am not a good cook. Trust me when I say it is incredibly delicious. Having been a vegan over the years for 15 years plus before I stopped, this is something we normally present to guests, friends, on parties or occasions, and those who had a taste always come with a positive remark. Until I come your way next time, stay blessed and love. God bless you. Bye for now. Remember, variety is the spice of life.